Okay, we have a couple of guests with us this morning. They're going to share some of their experiences with you. Both these gentlemen are veterans from our military from many years ago, and they got the opportunity to participate in an honor flight. And I'm going to let them share with you. So let me introduce to you Marion Alpers and Roger Dick. Let's give them a hand.
The Kansas Honor Flight started by, I think, a different group in like 2005. And the reason it was started is because we had a lot of World War II veterans, which was back in the 40s, that were passing on and had never been able to go to Washington, to our nation's capital, Washington. And so it was started so some of these people, and some of due to financial or their physical abilities, could not make the trip. So through donations, these honor flights were started, and there's even several school systems within Kansas that do it. I know I talked to a cousin of mine from Holton that I think a group, either 4-H or maybe through the school or something that does. Some of it's a one-day deal. Ours happened to be a 3-day deal. But the Kansas Honor Flight, this group took it over in 2012. And on our flight going to our nation's capital were 4 World War II veterans, and one happened to be a lady. And I never did find out what she did, whether she was a nurse in World War II. And then there was 20 Korean vets and 9 Vietnam vets.
But the first thing we done after we left in Baltimore, get on the bus, and we proceeded to McHenry. It's an old fort that is well kept, and we watched or looked at guns around the flight of that thing that were used when it was fought a long time ago. That night we had a banquet at our hotel, and as the banquet was over, they had what they call mail call. We used to have mail call when we were in service.
This here is a tomb of the unknown soldier. The guards walk that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I mean, there's never a time when they haven't done it, and I can't remember when it started, maybe probably after World War II. This is Arlington National Cemetery. They have 30 funerals a day, which would be servicemen from throughout the United States that wish to be buried there. This here is at the Korean War Memorial. The Lincoln Memorial sat off to the right. And this is the Air Force Memorial. This is Iwo Jima during World War II, when we were taking some of the islands in the South Pacific. This was, I don't know, I assume this is in Wichita, because in St. Louis, they also, a salute to the veterans was done with fire trucks that came out to the airport. The reception that we got when we flew back into Wichita, which again was a great honor. And like I say, we had probably, and I may have mentioned this earlier, there was probably 10 or 12 people that we had in wheelchairs.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, guys.